We got a real sick kid here, Mike. Did you get the other things for us?
Well, I did manage to get the FDA to officially change the word veal to tortured baby cow.
Welcome to Watch Mojo's Cartoon Countdown. And today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 times South Park tackled serious issues. Number 10, voting and social pressure.
Did you just say that voting is ridiculous?
No, I think voting is great, but if I have to choose between a douche and a turd, I just don't see the point.
South Park Elementary is given two options for their new mascot, a giant douche or a turd sandwich. Stan could not care less. Although he's pressured by the whole town, Stan refuses to vote and is banished as a result. Even when neither candidate is ideal, both sides of the political spectrum can become aggressive about securing votes. The episode hilariously and honestly explores vote shaming, which has only grown more common in the social media era. Ultimately, Stan casts his ballot, realizing that most elections boil down to a douche or turd. Number 9, wailing. The episode revolves around whaling in Japan, which remains a heavily protested practice even to this date. Of course, the episode is also an excuse to take shots at Whale Wars host Paul Watson, whose anti-whaling tactics are depicted as ineffective.
Throw the stinky butter at them! Ha ha, you stink now!
Despite this savage roast, Watson was supposedly happy that the episode shined a spotlight on the issue. In the end, the boys steered the Japanese government away from sea life, inspiring them to instead target barnyard animals. Number 8, ICE detention centers. Even before U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement was formed in 2003, immigration detention was a major talking point. Opinions surrounding the issue became especially heated with the election of President Donald Trump, whose zero-tolerance policy has resulted in numerous children being separated from their families.
So anyone can make an anonymous tip and you can round up families and send them away? Nobody told me about this. I thought everything sucked now. Do you have a card?
The episode depicts ICE as an incompetent agency that cares more about saving their own skin than the psychological ramifications detention centers have on children. Number 7, controversial flags. Chef insists that the South Park town flag be changed due to its offensive imagery.
How can a black man not be bothered by it?
Jimbo, meanwhile, feels that the flag is a part of the town's history and therefore should be preserved. The episode wisely doesn't vilify Chef or Jimbo, exploring the argument from both of their perspectives. In the end, they find a way to make both sides happy. The flag is changed to be more diverse, although it retains elements of the original design.
Wait, I don't get it. Oh, see? There's people of all colors. And they added a black guy as one of the hangers too, so it's not racist.
Hooray!
I have to admit it, that is a lot nicer.
Number 6, the treatment of Amazon workers. In this two-parter, an Amazon fulfillment center is set up in South Park. When one worker suffers a particularly bizarre accident, a strike erupts.
I believe the working class needs to revolt against capitalism and bring about socioeconomic emancipation.
Earlier that year, some called for an Amazon Prime Day boycott, and the Stop Bezos Act was initiated. Portraying founder Jeff Bezos as an all-knowing overlord, the episodes also touch upon how the retail giant has overshadowed smaller businesses. In the end, the episodes demonstrate how instant gratification doesn't necessarily mean that you'll be left fulfilled in the long run. Number 5, COVID-19.
Hey, do you people mind? You're supposed to wear your mask over your nose? It looks like you're wearing a diaper for your chin. Chin diapers don't help.
The show's first ever television special takes a look at how the pandemic has affected the citizens of South Park. From its effects on small businesses to the dilemmas it's caused with reopening schools, the special covers quite a lot of ground. However, being that it is South Park, it also takes time to ridicule the situation as a whole, notably poking fun at the habits we've adopted since the pandemic's inception. In the end, the special hilariously emphasizes that COVID-19 is changing the way we live our lives, and likely isn't going anywhere anytime soon. Number 4, global warming. In a Season 9 episode parodying the response to Hurricane Katrina, shots were also fired at the day after tomorrow and its take on global warming. The following season, Al Gore tries to warn everybody about a creature called Man-Bear Pig, an obvious allegory for climate change.
Man-bear pig?
It is a creature which roams the earth alone. It is half man, half bear, and half pig.
Although it seems that Man-Bear Pig is imaginary, his existence is confirmed by Season 22. The two-parter leaves us with a grim message. Climate change is real, it may be too late to reverse the damage, and most people would rather ignore the problem than make a small sacrifice. Number 3, steroids. In Season 8, Jimmy entered the Special Olympics. To give himself a competitive edge, Jimmy turns to steroids.
Time out! Because maybe I don't have what it takes to win without them.
Despite Timmy's qualms, Jimmy continually justifies his actions, arguing that most athletes do this sort of thing anyway. Although his performance is enhanced, the steroids take a drastic toll on Jimmy's personality and relationships. South Park may be a comedy, but this episode at certain points gets surprisingly dramatic and downright uncomfortable. Fortunately, Jimmy learns his lesson by the end, thanks to Timmy and, inadvertently, Cartman. Number 2. Censorship in China. Due to China's economic impact on the US entertainment industry, many American companies have played ball with the country's regulations, despite how unusual some of them sound. Winnie the Pooh, for example, was banned in China after Xi Jinping was compared to Disney's interpretation.
Some people said Pooh looked like the Chinese president, so we're illegal in China now.
Jesus, what kind of madhouse is this?
It shouldn't come as a surprise that this episode got South Park banned in China. Number 1. Immigration. 1 year after the CBP was formed, South Park delivered a satire of illegal immigration that's still incredibly relevant. The immigrants in this episode travel from a bleak future where the world has become overpopulated and destitute. By venturing back to the 21st century, people are able to make enough money to provide for their families in the 4th millennium. Modern workers, however, argue that this is taking away their jobs, or gerbs, as some might say.
They took our jobs! Yeah, they took our jobs! They did!
As funny as the episode is, it's also harrowing to think that so little has changed since 2004.
Looks as if the job at Wendy's did work for the original immigrant. This second arrivee claims that man's family is now much better off and wishes the same for his family.